welcome to another Matt's Car Chat. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Porsche Experience Centre and an experience that I've done recently, and really just to give you a bit of a guide of what to expect, a rundown of the day and the sorts of things that you can do at Porsche Experience Centre. So this is the third time that I have been there. I went originally in 2010 where I drove a 997 Carrera 4S. Then I went again in 2010 where I drove a 991 911 Turbo S in the wet, and today I'm doing the GT experience. So I'm going to put a slide in here because you can't film during the day. I'm going to have a go at this picture-in-picture. So I've taken a number of images that I'm going to overlay onto this video. So you will see on that image there, that is the range of experiences that you can do, and it's really broad. For a lot of people, you will get one of these experiences when you buy a brand new Porsche to kind of show you how to drive the new car that you've bought. But obviously, as a member of the public, you can buy it as well. Most of them are 90 minutes, but this one today that I've bought, the GT experience, was 2.5 hours with 4 different cars. So yeah, I'm just going to run through the day really. The first thing to mention is that in the Silverstone Business Park there are a number of the Formula One teams. I managed to see some trailers of Ferrari and Mercedes, but also the Aston Martin team are based there as well. So if you do get there a bit early, it's worth just having a little drive around the trading estates and having a look. Then you get to the main Silverstone entrance, and the actual experience centre is located within the confines of the track. So you go through the Silverstone entrance and then drive around one of the perimeter roads to the actual experience centre. And as you drive around, you can see sections of the track, which is really cool actually. And I got there quite early, so I pulled up right next to the track and had a few pictures. And then you get to the actual centre itself. And Porsche Experience Centre was built in 2008. It was the first one in the world. And as you get there, you'll see it's, like I say, it's quite a smart looking building. There's a range of Porsches outside and the car park in front of it. So you go in, you register. Obviously, in these COVID times, they get you to take your temperature. On the wall, there is a layout of all the different circuits in the different parts of the track that you can see. And then as you go in, there's a few images of the centre explaining when it was opened and information really about the track. Then you go into the foyer once you've registered, and that's where they have a number of current models. They've got the shop there, so you can buy Porsche merchandise. There was a historic Porsche there that we took a few pictures of, and then there's bits on the walls. Really kind of nicely laid out place. So on the half-day experience, you get breakfast and dinner, so breakfast and lunch, sorry. So I went upstairs. You'll see the picture, the corresponding picture there. There are a number of displays up there. So the Sounds of Porsche was one of them. There was a really nice model of a 918 Spider that was there. So you go in, you sit down at the restaurant section, and I've put an image of the menu and what I had for breakfast and the little kind of starter breakfast, and also a picture of the view. So I managed to get a seat next to the window and just look out over the Porsches kind of being prepared for the day. So I got there a little bit early. After breakfast, I went for a walk and took some pictures of what they call the straights, which is where they show you kind of launch control and using the ABS, and also a figure of 8 circuit that demonstrates the rear wheel steer. So that was cool. So there's a couple of images of that in there. And then, different to the 2 previous times that I'd been, you go into a briefing room where they explain a bit about the experience centre. They talk to you about a few of the systems and the sorts of things that you're going to do, and there's a video that they show you, and then somebody from the Porsche Human Performance Centre comes in and talks to you about the facilities they've got there for the driver performance. So that was quite interesting. I've not done that bit before. And then after that, you go back out into the foyer, meet your instructor. My guy was a name called Cole, who's been working for Porsche for over 20 years. He was superb. And then I went on to the cars. So the first one was the 992 C4S cab. and there's a picture and a little video clip that I'll lay into here of the interior of that car. And just to say, one of the other things was, typically it is a 997 GT car that you get, a 992, a 997 GTRS, and a 991 GT or GT or RS product. So actually what I wanted to do was swap the RS product for the GT product, because I had driven the GT3 RS at Everyman Racing. So they managed to sort that out for me, which was great. So yeah, so went out onto the handling track and just warmed up on the 992. Then we went on to the 997 GT3 RS, and again there's some images and a little clip of just the insides of that. Then onto the GT2, and again another image and a quick video clip on the inside of that. Thing to note about both of those cars was both manuals, really heavy clutches, actually really hard work manually changing. You know, for GT products, they were, you know, you could tell they are now getting to be significantly older cars. So largely did the handling circuits with those. We did do the low friction service in the GT3 RS, and then finally moved into the 991 GT3 car, which was a PDK. It was a 991.1, and did the handling circuits, and also did the straights in that one where you practice the launch control and the ABS sort of stuff, because it's the PDK, which we didn't really do on the straights in the manual cars. So they were the 4 cars that I drove for the GT experience, and then you finish, you know, tidy up, and then you go up for your lunch. And again, I'll put the image of the menu and the food that I had, which was actually really superb, really chilled out. You know, they'll bring you as many drinks as you want, and then after that signed off. So I thought it might be useful for people thinking about going, just to give you a little rundown of how the day works, what to expect, and a few images of the types of things that you will do there. So I hope that's been useful. It was an amazing day. I had amazing weather, which obviously makes a massive difference for these things. I hope you find this useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back with more content soon. Cheers.